Sunday reflection, 13 August. Today Gospel is Matthew chapter 14 verses 22 to 33. And in the Gospel we see the apostles who are constantly discovering, learning, exploring the true nature, who God is, and exploring and learning about themselves and their faith. And that is takes place in two realities. The first, it takes place with Jesus Christ and in Jesus Christ. And the second, by by dying, constant dying to our own uh, old patterns of thinking, habits, and uh, and uh, and routines. So, if you want, and that is the nature of human person, to keep on, to constantly keep on discovering, learning the true nature, who God is, and true nature, who you are, and that takes place with and in Jesus Christ, and by constant dying, dying to your own old patterns of thinking and habits and routine. Look at the many people nowadays. They say, I'm still looking for God. I'm still searching, trying to find out who He is, where He is, and so on. And they're trying. Some of them, it looks like, to the very end of their life. And as they keep on repeating, I am searching for God, they're bringing the message to their own minds that they are doing that without Jesus Christ, by means by means of their own capacity, understanding, human capacities, just only. And that is impossible. You remember what Jesus says in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 27. He says, nobody knows the Son, only the Father. And nobody knows the Father, only the Son, Jesus Christ, and the one to whom He is willing to reveal the Father. So that is the story. We we truly keep on searching the true nature of God on our daily basis, but not on our own, but in the company of Jesus Christ and in Jesus Christ by His power and grace and love. And the second environment of learning about true nature and of God and the self, who you are, the true self, is that the constant dying to your current patterns of thinking, perspectives for life, understanding of life, self, other people, routines, and habits. You remember what Jesus says in the Gospel of John, chapter 12, Gospel of John, chapter 12, verse 14. He says, the seed, unless the seed dies, it remains on its own, meaning does not produce any fruits. But once the seed dies in the ground, in the soil, it produces abundant harvest. So that constant dying, it is not about, when you talk about dying, always you have that sort of a shaking fear and not good feelings. We don't want to die. It is not about dying as such. It is about constant development, growth, changing, stepping into new horizon, new dimensions, where you search for God, when you see new face, new part of the nature who God is, and you learn very, very new things about self. So look at the apostles, today gospel. They just walk with Jesus, and they have a very new sort of an experience about Jesus Christ. He's walking on the water, and they look at him, and they look at him from the perspective of their old patterns of thinking, perspectives, understanding, habits, routines. And what happens? They're shouting out of fear, ghost, ghost. They couldn't recognize Jesus Christ walking on the water. And then Peter says, if it is you, let me walk. And so he walks. But because of this big wave coming across his path, he got scared, fear, doubts, and shouting to Jesus, please help me. And Jesus, of course, Jesus helps. So the constant search, discovering, learning about the nature of who God is, about yourself, in the two realities, with Jesus and in Jesus Christ, and by dying to yourself, by dying to your own old pattern of thinking, habits, and routines. I wish you a good and blessed Sunday.